hands on the replay pack, which will go out just after this group finishes. We have to the top side of the map our teal Terran player. It is Azure. And if he takes one map, he will potentially advance through this group. To the south side, the blue Protoss player is going to be herO. Looking in a prime position to win this group, of course, right now. He will just have to take down Azure to confirm this. He's in the running, actually, for a perfect, flawless group. If he wins both maps here, he will not have dropped a single map while moving through the group stages. That's SCV and Probe having a little bit of a battle up towards the top side of this mineral line. And just having a little bit of a trade right now. SCV running around, pokes onto that Probe once again. The barracks is building up from Azure. I mean, it looks very standard from Azure. Single gas. It's gas first. So you can go straight into his Reaper. And then the factory is a fast follow-up after the expansion. So gas first, Reaper expand. Very normal way to open in the TVP for the most part. Aperos play is already expanding as well. Gate. Gate next to Cybercore. Again, super common, so no shenanigans here on Varney Research Station. Azure's map pick here for this best of two. The second map will be herO, herO's map pick, to be played out as well. And again, after that, again, we might be finished. We might have that ZVZ between Lasir and NXZ to finish up with as well. Couple of different possibilities. We'll just see what happens and see how it all ends up. We'll see a probe continuing down to the south side, and it's going to be seeing that factory starting then from Azure right now. Going to see the command center building up in the natural expansion. Single Reaper moving around the left, and just going to be looking to see where it can end up. There's the SCV pulling in towards the top side as well. So SCV continue to pull in towards the top side. We're going to be seeing Reaper still looking for some openings. That command center just over halfway done, and again, factory going to be just over 75%. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Robot facility is going to be the tech from herO. Now, that is generally what we're looking for at this stage of the game. It's going to be what the Terran's looking for as well, as he continues to scatter around with the Reaper. He pulled it back for a little while, but now that it's approaching that 3-minute marker, it's going to be about the time where the robot facility or any tech structure is going to be down. So it's going to be this point of the game where he wants to scout in, and he's going to see everything. He sees the Twilight, he sees the Robo as well, clicks on both, even keeping the Reaper alive to maybe re-scout later on. That'll just be a nuisance if possible. So really nice little bit of scouting here early as Azure sees what's up, sees what's happening. Good stuff for him. Starport, about 75% of the way done as well. I like to say 75% in this game, apparently. That's like the third time. But Starport will finish as well as he heads in towards a very standard Widowmine drop as his build order. No shenanigans. Straight up play here from Azure in game number 1. As we're going to be seeing his natural expansion is finishing up. We'll drop a mule or two as well on the mineral lines, and still just going to be seen to the far side as Gateway starting to build. So Gate starting to build over here. There's a medevac on the way out from Azure. We'll be looking to pick up these couple of Widow Mines, and the factory dropping down to Tech Lab as well. So kind of interesting. I guess he's going to go into a very quick... he's just going to use the Tech Lab for barracks. Okay. No real kind of factory-based tech just yet then, apart from these Widow Mines, of course. We're not going to be any quick tanks or anything. Or maybe he does make a tank and then swaps the barracks onto it. But he actually makes a Liberator, which is going to use up a lot of his gas for now, although he still does have the gas for a tank. I'm very humming and hawing over what he's going to do right now. A tank would make sense, because oftentimes you do see a couple of tanks to help you with the kind of safety stage of this game, to make sure you're not going to die from any sort of aggressive counterattack or anything along those lines. So that's something which we sort of watch out for, as we're going to see this medevac continuing down the right side. Going to start boosting in, and here we go. Widow Mines will begin to drop off. A little overcharge. They'll pick off both those mines. No kills, nothing at all. They didn't even get burrowed. As those Widow Mines get shut down nice and quickly. And now this medevac will go back up the right to see where it can get to next. Barrack's going to lift off, going to drop down its own tech lab. So I guess another tank will build. And that will be the classic 2 tanks before moving into Widow Mine base production for the rest of the game. And it's become very standard lately, the 2 tanks. Again, it's sort of that safety net just to keep you safe against aggression from your opponent in the early stages. As herO not really being very aggressive himself. He's on 2 gates, going up to the 3rd and 4th. His blink's going to finish shortly, so maybe that allows him to do something. He does have a warp prism on... no, I'm imagining things. It doesn't know. It's not a warp prism. That's an observer. Wardy, come on, please. So yeah, I mean, herO has a way to kind of be aggressive if he wants to, but he's mostly just looking to go in towards his 3rd base and just go from here. Liberator sieged up, unsieged repositions, forces the probes to pull away once more. Not getting any kills, though, as herO with Blink about to finish. He'll just run in here anyway, apparently, and get rid of this Liberator. It's going to be 2 Stalkers to get rid of that there. So still the Liberator trades fairly efficiently. I mean, 2 Stalkers killed off is a good trade for a Liberator. I actually think it's favorable, right? 150 to like 250, 150. So yeah, it's a much better fight, in fact, for our Terran player there. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, that's kind of nice to know. Obviously, forced some lost mining time as well, and that's also something that can come into play and be kind of something you kind of have to think about also. Marines and Marauder and these couple of tanks from Azure just going to be setting up here to the left side of the main base. Another medevac on the way out. He could turn this into a bit of a fight if he wants to. Actually loads up one of the tanks. He's going to start pushing out. Whenever medevac starts, I guess by the time he pushes across, he'll hit stim and combat shield. So maybe that's what he's aiming for here, as the blink backwards will begin. herO just looking to try and keep himself alive for the foreseeable future. SCV comes in, begins to mine a little bit, and we'll get ready to pop down a third base in location while this very aggressive push of the Terran player starts to move across the map. So, and here's again, our Terran player looking to be very aggressive towards the third. More Stalkers warping in. There really is only kind of Stalkers and Blink, though, and a few sentries mixed in too, to help him out with this right now. So this is a lot of bio. I'd be kind of scared if I was herO, but I guess herO is the sort of player who doesn't get scared easily. Stalker's moving to the left-hand side. He obviously wants to try and pick off a little bit more if possible. Maybe if he could get a medevac and blink away, that'd be great. Right now, all he's really getting is a little bit of the medevac energy drained as he forces some heals. Well, here we go. With a Miner 2 mixed into this as well. It's actually kind of crazy as Stalkers have to be careful. It's a very early stim. This Colossus is hallucinated. I don't actually think the scan will have seen that there. As Azure going to sit to the left-hand side. Pushes forwards a little bit. Going to try and maybe get behind the mineral line. It's an awkward position. He should probably bring his mine maybe a bit further south. Tanks are still there as well, but he has to be careful with where exactly he sends that. Colossus gets seen not doing any damage, but does he recognize that? Because if he doesn't, this might not turn out brilliantly for him. If he thinks there's a Colossus here that isn't actually a Colossus, Zealot's actually going to start charging it. The Zealot charge has finished. +1 attack upgrade against +1/+1, though it is the Protoss favor on those upgrades. And Azure just going to run away. herO, given enough time, Azure maybe not even aggressive enough with this army. Maybe could have poked in and done a little bit more, forced the fight a bit sooner. At the same time, double drop into herO's natural expansion. Recall over here by the Mothership Core, but we're going to be seeing pylons getting targeted down. There goes one. Here goes the other, as we're going to see probes getting taken down by the Widow Mines. These Marauders continuing to trade. At the same time, though, herO is all the way across the map for the rest of his army. And he's going to start attacking up. Is he going to keep on pushing? Well, let's find out. I don't know if he should, though. Pushing up this ramp into the main. Maybe a little bit risky. He lost 11 of his probes across the map here, as he's going to try and make this happen, but these Zealots are doing absolutely nothing. herO, what on earth is this from him? It's really not the right answer. That's what it isn't. However, Zealots do actually make their way through, and does he just have enough anyways to make this work? Well, maybe. SCVs will pull in. A Warp Prism arrives, and 8 more Zealots will start to warp in right here. The sentry's going down, though, means he can continue to step away from the Zealots. But is there just not enough bio? Well, that game may very well just be the issue here at the end. There's an Immortal too. I really didn't think this push through was going to work from herO, but it is going to be enough. GG. herO takes game number 1 that we are guaranteed to have, which is this PvT on Echo. Again, this has been a super fast group in comparison to the other groups so far. The other groups have been taking about 5 hours and a bit longer than that maybe. This group is currently only 3.5 hours old, and yet here we are, close to the very end. Proxy play from our teal Terran player to the bottom side of the map is going to be Azure. And to the top side, our blue Protoss player is going to be herO. That was not good casting right there. The Zealots were doing lots. Well, yeah, I mean, I think I was definitely wrong, because clearly it worked out for him. I just didn't think that the Zealots charging up the ramp and trying to break through was actually going to work. I just thought he was taking so much free damage on the Zealots from the bio that he was going to lose so much. I mean, yes, the Zealots broke through, and once the Zealots broke through, it was fantastic. But it was before they broke through on the ramp. I just didn't think it was going to be doing enough. Like, once they broke through the ramp and they can connect with the army with the force fields that were placed, yeah, they were fantastic. But I didn't think he was actually going to break through the ramp, I thought he might break through, but by the time he breaks through, I thought maybe there was going to be this sort of weird situation where he's just lost so many Zealots to the bio, which is just raining down freedom onto those Zealots again and again. So yeah, I was wrong, but It was a miscall. Yeah, I was wrong. I don't want to say I'm wrong. I really don't. I'm trying to justify myself in some way, but I was wrong. But I'm trying to make you guys understand why I thought I was going to be correct. I mean, do you guys think 20 Zealots charging up a single width ramp into a bunch of Marines Marauders is good? I mean, if there was a bit more bio there, that would have been completely disastrous for herO. It was just because he had because Azure didn't have enough bio to make the most of that. Of course, that's something which herO is able to read into, and I was not, so I was wrong. But yeah. It was, I think maybe you're thinking I'm saying the Zealots were bad overall, which isn't true. As soon as the Zealots break through the wall, they're fantastic, they're great. It was just before then. Anyways, this game's getting interesting. Proxy everything from Azure. Something herO doesn't scout because he's proxying a Stargate. And this is going to be a very interesting setup here in game number 2 right now. So, proxy everything versus proxy Stargate. Marines, I actually don't know how this is going to go, because herO's not going to have a mothership. Oh, he does have a mothership core, but it's going to be across the map. And that's the thing, like, this is going to be so weird. Because actually, like, both players are going to lose all of their economy. If I'm not mistaken. You see these SCVs pulling forwards, they will finish the wall at least. I mean, Adept going to turn around as Marines in the Cyclone pushing on in towards the main. He starts to target down the first pylon. And obviously the pylons are going to continue coming up because I guess he'll send his mothership core back home. In fact, it's coming in right now. He doesn't kill the first pylon though, but he can actually just sit back and target fire down the gateway. And that's going to be a pretty big deal. Needs to pull away from the pylons now that the mothership core is coming in. He actually is going to target down the mothership core. Doesn't have the range or the vision to finish up on that though, as we're going to see Oracle flying in. And that's going to be the problem here from Azure, because now he doesn't have the time to just pick away at this gateway, right? He has to do some eco damage of his own because this Oracle is picking off every single SCV. Azure has a strong army at the front, but I'm just afraid it's not going to be enough towards the end. We're going to be seeing these couple of Adepts and the mothership core overhead looking to fight on in. So here you go. Second Cyclone does arrive. I mean, Probe's pulling in too. herO knows all he has to do is have enough units here to clean this up, and he is going to be able to clean up pretty much everything as these probes surround the Cyclones. Actually, the Cyclone's doing a little bit more than I thought they would do towards the end, as he's still picking off these probes. Bunker going to finish, but there's no Marines to go inside of it. There we go. Another Oracle coming home as well, just in case he did need some extra damage. He's got the Oracles to actually pick off the Marines, so the bunker won't be an issue either. And Azure does end up losing out here. Salvages the bunker to get a little bit back, and Adept is broken through in towards the main base now as well. And that is going to be GG called. herO will take game number 2, and it was a bit of a weird situation. But it is going to be herO who comes out in the lead in the end. All right.